Hi, welcome to the Elegant Femme Society. I'm Tara Marino. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some information on how you can enhance your femme types and therefore your prosperity, sensuality, and balance. Now we have 3 femme types, and the femme types must be in sync. If 2 or even 1 of the femme types are not in sync, then the rest will overcompensate and really corrupt the desired result that we're seeking in that area of our life. Today in this episode, I'm going to be discussing the New Yorker. The New Yorker is the femme type responsible for prosperity. She is the one that you plug into when you're wanting leadership, results, when you want to get things done, that power. And you can tell I'm in her right now. I'm in her today. I'm coming to you today from my New Yorker. Today specifically, we are going to be discussing the progression of the New Yorker. Where did she come from? Where did she come from and how you can identify her? So we'll be talking about in the next 5 minutes the progression of the New Yorker and how she is still not satisfied and how your prosperity is still being corrupted. So here at Elegant Femme, the femme types, we've taken a look globally at the femme types in every different culture and country in the world. Today, we're going to be focusing on the United States for sake of time. So for the majority of women in the United States, they are being overrun by the New Yorker. Yes, she's ignited. Yes, she's there. She's alive and present. Many of you know that. But she's being overrun. She's not in control. All right? Now, if you take a look at a culture like Australia or Asia, the New Yorker is being neglected. She's not even ignited there. Let's take a look at the United States. I want you to go back with me, a little history lesson for you, back to World War I. World War I was the first opportunity that women in our country had to step into the New Yorker. Men went off to war, and women were really expected to step out of their typical feminine role and out into the workplace, out to the factories. We needed to do that. So that was that first ignition of the New Yorker and that power. And we did an amazing job, didn't we? If you can remember, there was a poster circulating quite frequently around that time of a woman in a bandana, and she had her arm out with her muscle, staring at her muscle, and she said, "We can do it." And we certainly did. And then what happened? Men returned back from war, and women really stepped back into the feminine role, cooking, nurturing, taking care of the family. But the New Yorker had been ignited, so the New Yorker wasn't quite satisfied. If you can remember the June Cleaver picture, I can remember her clearly taking the meal out of the oven and kind of robotically serving it to her family. That was the June Cleaver model, and many women were not satisfied with that. So what happened around the 1950s is this large feminist movement began to take shape as that New Yorker was recognizing what she was really capable of, not only inside the home, but outside the home. And women started to fight for equal wages. So you can see the progression already. And then that progressed into what I call the Hillary Clinton model, where women really understood their power and what they were capable of, multitasking inside the home, outside the home. But something still wasn't quite working. The New Yorker was still out of sync. And that's the progression of where we find ourselves today. The expectation for women to do it all. The pressure of family, work, career, business, all of it. You can feel it. But the New Yorker is still not in sync. She is being overrun and overwhelmed. She is actually overcompensating for the other 2 femme types. Something is still missing. So we have the June Cleaver model, we have the Hillary Clinton model, and women aren't satisfied. I want you to consider another model. In the next episode, I'm going to be talking with you about why your New Yorker is still not in sync and exactly how your prosperity is being corrupted. How are we going to bring her back? I love creating this value for you. And what I require from you now is I want you to share with me here in the Elegant Femme Society. Share your comments. Let me know how the progression of the New Yorker has affected your life. I look forward to sharing more information with you on exactly how you can enhance your femtypes, bring them back into sync so you can have that prosperity, sensuality, and balance that you desire. This is Tara Marino with the Elegant Femme Society, and I look forward to talking to you next time.